pleased to present our first award of the evening for Philip Cooper, a tireless advocate for criminal justice in law and benefits all in our lives.
Thank you.
Wait. Yet the law is so well deserved. I want to address two more things. So give me that a little bit more. Philip has been dedicated to supporting people who are reentering their community after a period of incarceration.
Cheers.
He's a founder and agent of Operation Gateway Inc., an organization that works to decrease recidivism by addressing social determinants of health for formerly incarcerated people. He also led the creation of Voices of Appalachia, a state-funded initiative of black-led organizations serving BIPOC communities. Philip's work, the Voices of Appalachia, has brought together black leaders who are working to combat the stigma around mental and behavioral health and substance use disorders. Philip's work with marginalized communities throughout Western North Carolina has been a lifeline for so many folks in need of community-based community support. He truly gives his all to people he serves, through all of his own experiences, and lifts up what is best for the whole person and whole community. So, for his unfailing commitment to those affected by the criminal justice system, his advocacy for people struggling to mental and behavioral health challenges, and his dedication to support immediately youngest to Western North Carolina, this my sincere and great honor to present this Inter Justice Award to Philip Cooper.
So, Vicious dude and it went out. So back here.
I used to come from the heart, they said, to rain town, so I put it down on paper this time, so I'm going to do something a little different. I want to start by saying thank you to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And then I be for the Lord on my side, I would have lost my mind, or been dead, done by, or an overdose, like several people that I surrounded. I want to say thank you to my lovely wife. Everybody say happy day.
That's why it's so good.
Then she introverted too, I know she hated it. But I want to say thank you to her because she's been with me ever since I was a struggling administrative assistant, working at the community college, working 3 jobs to get by so that I could live in the city called Asheville. And then a matter concerning this advocacy and activism work, I want to say thank you to my big sister, Christy Puppy, for being able to me and talk extension of me whenever I was getting salt. And making sure that I was just one thing that I needed to feed. And I don't want to get somebody like, I don't know if I should have said what I said in that meeting because nobody else spoke up. Oh my God. It's like, shut up, you ain't doing that represent. And then it's sweating at my table right now because the group sit there with this is how God works. So then I have a friend named Laura, who was introduced to me by Daniel Bowles. I would always look Daniel's phone, and he would answer, and he would help out me too. But then came a day when Daniel told me he had somebody named wanted me to meet. And it was Laura. I never forget that day to reply all to an email. Y'all know the people that ain't scared to reply all. Y'all know some people like you to reply straight to it. No. Laura replied all to an email. And it was at a time in Butler County being a black man formerly incarcerated face tax. That a lot of the times your little boys don't want to hear what I got to say. But I was trying to get some driver's license restoration work going, and people weren't paying no attention, and then Laura replied all, with this attorney included, and said, hey, well, to all the evidence, and you just need this attorney to say, yes. Everybody get one answer.
Yeah.
You know?
I just think but
And the relationship with the Justice Center has gotten better and better over the years. He put the Justice Center being one of the original founders of the organization that I started, Operation Gateway. I hope y'all can take time to check it out. And I had to get into the grassroots because see, I work inside the system. And shout out to y'all that's working inside the system right now. But a person like me, a good trouble waker, ain't got no business working inside the system. I don't care how many benefits are. But there's gonna come a time when I gotta speak truth to power and sacrifice for the people.
Yeah.
And some of y'all working in government jobs, I don't expect y'all to sacrifice your livelihood. You gotta take care of your family and have them good, safe benefits. So I don't expect you to say what I can say. Y'all just tell me what I need to say. And I'm saying that they fully commit to behavioral health justice and county-first economics.
Sure.
Now, I know this might sound like fancy words, but let me break it down for you. When I talk about behavioral health justice, I'm talking about ensuring that people, regardless of their skin tone, regardless of their socioeconomic status, have access to treatment they need when it's time for them to give up the high cost of living. And real quick, let me just say this National Recovery Awareness Month right now. Yep. And me and my beautiful bride, we watched Calvary, we got a little wine, and we was out there sipping on our, ginger ale and water, you know what I'm saying? Thank you, glory be to God for recovery, because we know all things. Can I get an amen?
Yeah.
But this also means removing barriers that keep people from getting the help, and it means that we need to be intentional about investing in diversifying the behavioral health workforce. If we're student If we don't truly impact the stigma, then we must invest in trusted community to be the resource navigators. We need a workforce that reflects the community it serves, because representation matters. Representation matters.
Yeah. Hey, person. Come on. You go.
And I want to say thank you to my auntie, Dr. Michelle, also educating me and pampering me and equipping me to hold my own at higher levels. Because see, when you're a graduate student like me, some people gotta teach you how to go in rooms and say what you just said in a way that makes sense to them. You see? It's like somebody had to teach me which one was my bread and which one was my drink. Everybody look down at their hands and do this. So everybody look down. Y'all probably don't look down. You got this. This is how you know what their bread is, and this is how you know what their drink is. Somebody had to teach you that I'm from the podcast.
That's all. I was like, I didn't start up town. And
when I talk about campus-first economics, I'm talking about putting people at the center of everything you do. What they need to thrive. What training do they need? Well, we talk about continuing education, short-term job trainings, or access to those opportunities. We need to make sure operationalizing workforce equity is a topic of conversation when we're speaking with the Department of Commerce. This means offering training stipends. Everybody say stipends. This means offering training stipends, and the reason why this is important, I used to work at community college. I've seen them with their Pratt & Whitney polos, with their Eaton Corporation polos, with their Borough Warner polos. They're on the clock while they're in school. If people that look like they ain't getting a job to get paid to go to school, then we did not operationalize workforce equity then. Let's see what training stipends. That's how. Tell the Department of Commerce said. And it's not just about training, it's about offering the right training, especially for those who are incarcerated. Too often we see programs inside the prison that don't align with the actual needs of the workforce outside. We need to ensure that these trainings that's offered on the inside of the prisons are preparing people for those employment opportunities on the outside. Y'all know that baby know the retiring, right? Let's go about labor shortage now. And then the young folks, they're going to be social media.
I'm speaking to what's the gospel?
I love my sister.
Yeah.
And I got to give a shout out to Sarah Langer from Institute for Emerging Issues, because she gave me an opportunity to be the practitioner and president for a statewide task force called County First Economics. And this was the opportunity I had to get the visibility that I need to get the resources coming to those tourists and some people who was get left out. And I'm forever grateful for that opportunity because she didn't beat up, it was funny. She was like, hey, I mean, no disrespect at all, but I'm wondering, can I buy some of your time? Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. So I'm here standing on pictures. So let your friends at the Department of Commerce know I want to have coffee and discuss Cabinet First Economics. Let your friends at the Department of Health and Human Services know we can get a hot tea and discuss scopes and boutique. And don't forget that all health starts with mental health. Can I get everybody to say mental health? Yes, health. Say mental health. Yes, health.
Yeah.
Now, let those folks at the Department of Adult Correction that I believe in their lived experience, being an expertise, let them know that they should follow me on LinkedIn and in real life. You cannot trip because I ain't finished to be yet. My name is James Jackson. I'm not the answer, but I'm the damn sure all time. Thank you.
I'm here, like, I don't.
Well, we're going to move on to our next award recipient.
They asked on evidence.
She's the one who's a dedicated over there to have a for North Carolina's public schools for Oscar.
Not really good. Awesome.
Dr. Brandenburg, the Department of Reaching, and elected to everyone from policymakers and public sector, the students, the school employees. Yvonne is director of the Center for Urban Affairs and Community Services at North Carolina State University. She's a founding member of several nonprofit organizations, including Wake Up, Wake County, Great Schools and Wake Coalition, Friends of Lake Johnson, Friends of Athens Valley Community, Library, and most recently, Public Schools for North Carolina. As your power a heart in Yvonne's work, none take over beliefs in the power of education to transform good and lives. As a former social worker and teacher, she's been on the front line of North Carolina's public education system for years. As a researcher, Yvonne knows the power of data-driven decisions. She advocates for local and state climate at the presidency of North Carolina students. She also serves as a resource for policymakers, providing timely research for legislators, county commissioners, and school boards who are making critical decisions about education across our state. For her decade of tireless work to build a just and equitable education system for every child in North Carolina, we're championing well-resourced and thriving schools. I'm thrilled to bring the Dr. Yvonne Brandenburg. We're going to thank you for this award.
You know your day. I indicated working at a wonderful 76. So I worked on causing family, but not very trying to stick to retirement. Because we were asked to talk about how we got to this marriage. How everyone asked teachers were inspired us to have a professional like this consciousness. And so instead of why getting down with these ambitious thoughts and I pick yourself up for years. I thought about telling you about my grandmother and my mother, who just named Dr. I know they asked an invitation. And how I was the first person in my family to graduate, not just from college, but from high school.
I'm glad you.
And my grandmother had a sixth grade education, and my grandmother was had a 10th grade education. But the one thing they will live with us, which is to me, to get the education I need to be in Stanford, as what they care about so much. And I thought about telling about the teachers that saved my life. My dad used to drivers, we stopped in the hallway when I was a beginning senior. She said, you're going to college, right? And Tourist College, and I had Mass Village College, you went to college. She tried for me to take SAT. She filled out my application for college to stick out me a girlfriend. Okay? But for one of my part because of education and of the dictators, because they fought hard for me. So then I thought, well, maybe I should do something about growing up in the 60s and 70s and being a teenager. I very significant social help to college, civil rights movement, in face days, JKF, choosing Martin Luther King, to bit on war protests. My first son was arrested, didn't come war protests, with the son of Dicey Committee, and my father was Green Beret, and spent 30 in Vietnam, about families survived. It was hard on them when I make it stop, quite frankly. But during this time, just about one million changes were going on. The first Thursday, the Women's Liberation Movement, the Vietnam War actually ended in 75. All of these things dramatically changed my life. They both fire in my soul. Motivating me to push fast against sexism, racism, classism, all my things I felt inferior as I grew up to feel like later. I mentioned that. So, when anything forced me being a social worker, how I started my career, but my desire to get that college policy through strong work and ready to take the stage at the graduate student. Finally, I thought, well, let's just focus on just a lot of stuff. So I thought I would just end by talking about my parents' favorite tribal birds, we can come to, which is Sparkler 327. Love it. Do not withhold good from those who deserve it. Bring it in your college, get all things. So this guided my mother's life. It just as family, trained and family, mostly they adopted them siblings. It came to ocean and part of me, one of them. And that's where I see to live the life on later in still age. And so military came to Raleigh to go to NC. I was fortunate enough to meet leaders who were living proper the street in 27. There was one who were guided my life in diplomacy, and his part to go with any recognition that's going on here tonight. So we was it going on without letting you share 113 photos. All my dearest freshman, I feel like the message of this moment. I'm just trying to use my time to call out loud the names of people I would dear, who have made my life so clear and so important to me. John Dieter, Bernie Malone, Don Wilson, Dan Woody, Governor Hunt, Bert Hanneman to lead the question, Betty Lee Ford, James West, Gary Webster, Lennon Fenwayner, Sandy Irwin, Dan Penny Irwin, Scott King, Julie Sanders, Anna Strong, Bob Bridges, John Gilbert, David Price, Helen Ladd, Jane Levick, Raymond Barr, Alan Shirley, Mark Dorson, Alan Sam Tyson, Judy Nickel, and Mia Earl. Paris Mike Kent, Betty Beverly Clark, Kristen Wisher, Amy Long, Adrian Lunt, and Mark Finderman, Tennessee Rice, Amy Lee, Ann Robertson, Rita Redisall, Meredith Edmonds, Heather Booth, Diane Frater, Susan Evans, Carrie Cosworth, Natalie Dyer, Todd Cronus, Dean Derkin, and Carol, and Taylor. This new young generation of people who are going to help us all make some progress with all the projects they go on with. The Trongs. Karen Stroops, Patty Swanson, Tamika Paul Kelly, Karen Waters, Lanika Jonathan Hosley, Haley Conde, and Lisa Gretzky, Shanita Royal, Slav Singer, Market Says, these folks have all, many of them already started elected officials for their key nonprofits and statute board and public service work. And of course, my most inspiration in every day my family. They tolerate me, they enable me, they encourage me, They don't like cook, they just equal, don't not get to the top. They do all these things every day when they're doing like crazy to us on research, like three children. My grandchild is one who is an NC State studying to be a teacher. I'm so excited. Just a question, it is a really question. If I find that it's making my soul, and that's what he is still very much. Thank you, NC Justice, and all of you who know and letting me stand here today. It's very important to me. I feel like I've got this Academy Awards, all this stuff. And the audience, that when I feel deep down on the stories, so frustrated, the purpose, I do something really, so it's probably keep it out, look at Facebook, and I start quickly working on my photos. And I see only there. And I see only really chilling. The rest is over. And for what Kelly, forward together.
One step back.
Thank you.
No, I'm not as bad as man per se, but I feel pretty confident that everybody on the list, the names she read, also draw substantial inspiration from her as well. She's their hero of the season. Our next award gets the third awardee of the evening. I think some people already told you that it's. I don't know our program was set as already closed the set, but nevertheless, but one thing exactly out of a die, so still. So much of it. Our third awardee this season is Vicky Hurtado. Everybody knows great things you can just try out. Take this apart. I want to teach you why. Ricky, the community leader, public servant, and fierce advocate for racial equity in public education. In 2018, Ricky co-founded Latinx Edge, an organization working to advance education equity and Latino leadership. His own leadership and dedication to building diverse, engaged communities have led us to serve North Carolina in many different, incredibly impactful ways throughout his career. Ricky served on Governor's prescribed task force on education equity and teacher diversity, was also commissioner of My Future NC, an initiative focused on increasing access to education for looking more and more Carolinians as post-secondary release. For 2 years, not long enough, but for 2 actual years, Ricky represented our county in the district degree of the North Carolina Pocket. We talk about it my parties. This is not parties. But that was before I got to North Carolina. Ricky was the only Latino legislator in the 170-member North Carolina General Assembly. And as advocates work to make communities help pursue racial equity. For his passionate, unwavering commitment to advancing educational equity and racial justice, dedicating his career to uplifting Latino communities and fostering connections across the state. I'm most pleased to present this Defender of the Justice Award to Ricky Hurtado.
I feel like I have to take a moment while I'm up here. It's been such a busy evening already. I have had a chance to appreciate all the places that were living night of the justice and the influenced my life over the last few years. And so I'm deeply humbled and deeply honored Thank you, Reggie, and everyone with us for the recognition. As many of you know, I started a new role this year at the Dean McReynolds Foundation. With an
That's a good one.
incredibly year that I get the privilege and honor to work with our fearless Steve Roy. And when I heard about this award, I was like 1 week into the job. And I was still reading the TR manual. And it's like 7 p.m. and Reg calls me, and I'm like, "Congratulations, my number is Bradley turns it up the center." And so I pick up, and I remember thinking to myself, "Wow, Reg is hustling." I was like, 1 week into the job, and he's already calling me to talk about work. And then I give Reg, she could feel the same energy from the call. He's like, "I'm talking about work." And he said, "I'm legally honored to let you know that the nominating committee has awarded you the Graduate Hierarchy Awards." It's an incredibly humble moment to receive this award, but it's always a little bit challenging for me to fully embrace that recognition. A lot of us that give this work out of pain, frustration, sorrow. The list of unjust and inequitable systems can be daunting. Whether you're fighting for fully funded public schools, safe affordable communities, and even to right the wrong you or loved ones have just said this criminal justice system, this work is deeply personal for many of us.
Well, that's amazing.
Somewhere along the way, though, to meet those who are on that journey, trying to make this world a little bit more just and a little bit more equal. But you can learn from and lean on for sport, whether it's good for a good laugh or a good cry. For me, a lot of the folks are encouraged. Whether it's people like Ken Rose, and many of you know, who they invited to that therapy his whole life. Who really showing what it looks like to fight for the right thing, even when it's really, really hard. Or folks like Elaine Berry, my former campaign manager, for over 4 years, who showed me what it looks like to fight like Dell and the took defeated first of all of thank you so much, you like it. And encourage what anyone to hit up on your off to hire you or retire public school teacher go. They get it done. They get it done. And spoken with my wife as being who has shown me from day one that love will always change. And through this work, I came to learn what I always felt to be true, that those closest to the problem are closest to the solution. I spent the last 10 years on the ground in communities across North Carolina with many of you, looking to learn about this solution, taking me from rural public schools to Holland and at our Assembly. And if I'm being honest, for all being honest in the sewing, we know this work has only gotten harder. The last 10 years have felt heavy. Many of us have openly contemplating tapping out is the better way forward to improve ourselves, given the fight ahead of us. When I feel this way, when I feel the hopelessness creeping in, I know it's time to get back out to the community and remind myself of the lessons learned along the way. It might be a reminder that we are the ones we was waiting for. Hope is a verb. It is that radical optimism that is generated in the community when we lock arms and fight together. I feel that hope when I see many of you at your site getting to work every day on behalf of all our communities. What you feel tonight, the joy and the resolve of being together, I want all of us to follow that up, stay out to our community. We're not going back, y'all. Let's keep our eyes on the prize so that much forward together.
Thank you all so much.
Yeah, some more amazing awards to give out and some really great people to hear from.
We got to spend it. It's on top of the
But support me that.
I said,
I have a special announcement today. I got such a down.
you check those 40 guys.
So,
They go there.
as many of you know, the North Carolina Justice Center Gomar, its 30th year working to build a more just and equitable city next year. You all are very familiar with all the stuff that we have been able to work on to achieve. We are building coalition and alliance with so many of you have tackled some of the most pressing issues facing North Carolinians. Affordable housing, healthcare, education, workers' rights, criminal justice reform, immigrants' rights, and more. You've been in the course, at the GA, and the communities throughout the state, guided always by our belief that this great state can and should be a place where all people go, regardless of their race, status, or status, can build the bright future. So, congratulations. I'm thrilled to share that I'll be here for the very first time tonight that thanks to a very generous commitment, the North Carolina Justice Center will continue to be there for the billions of our neighbors who benefited from our work. Now, what is he talking about, you might be? Anybody thinking that? We all like the old consideration. Two generous donors have together pledged $500,000. To establish this Justice Center's first endowment. To provide yet another essential tool for economic justice by supporting investments that reflect our organizational values around equity, diversity, and inclusion. We are running towards those values and not with it. We're so grateful, so thankful to them for this incredible gift that will allow us to sustain our clinical work far into the future. And there's more. But in addition, these same generous donors are committed another another $500,000. This is what you can in matching trust. I said earlier that I'm in the law school and I'm now in Massachusetts, but you and I get to visit that. The original gift plus the matching funds plus all that we raise otherwise will give us the opportunity to start our endowment at 1.5 billion. Now, this information is fairly new to us. We're still trying to figure out the logistics and steps around it. So you should be listening for future information the next 3 months about the endowment. But you're not only being you're interested in learning more now. You'll see a QR code on the back edge of the program. So if you scan it, will take you to a store or where you can indicate your interest and learning more. You know, somebody, and we'll send out this to you as well. as really as the couple than the sheriff. So yeah, I'm sorry for making that call, but this is not everyday news. And it's really fascination. So I just wanted to express again our heartfelt thanks to those business owners for this transformation. More information coming. All right. Okay, moving on to our order awards recipient. I'm going to be very pleased to present our next award, the Lady and Emma Kenny Chewy. Litigation director and one of our favorites, allies, partners, Disability Rights North Carolina. Emma has spent several decades advocating on behalf of the North Carolinians experiencing poverty or marginalization instead of driving towards behind cases of future rights for incarcerated people, people with disabilities, people of color. Emma began her career as so many folks, really, in this work and legal aid in North Carolina. One of our favorites, not as our landlord. A very generous as part of the landlord, in fact, focusing on housing and Medicaid issues. She joined the RNXC in 2016 as an peers advocate for the rights of disabled North Carolinians after sex. Emma is co-counsel on the Samantha R. litigation. On this high-profile, high-stakes case, one that Wildland, one, significant relief for disabled individuals facing systemic issues with the Medicaid waiver program. Emma has been involved in every step of the litigation and the ongoing appeals for the 18,000 people with disabilities on the waiting list. Community service that her work on the case is in highways as backfilled. Emma has led advocacy efforts on many issues from fair housing and healthcare, the ending solitary confinement and secured education rights for youth incarcerated with the justice system. We're so grateful for her dedication to the people of North Carolina, so in recognition of her remarkable career as a litigator, steadfastly advocated on behalf of North Carolinians with disabilities, championing communities of color, and protecting the rights of marginalized. I happily present this Defender Justice Award to Emma Kenny.
Thank you, Reggie. And members of the Justice Center Corps like me for this honor. I also want to thank my mother, Sheila. I love to talking to my for silence and showed us the interviews. I really appreciate Karen Stoyes and I blessed to see you well over your area. One of the people in Nancy Carolina, and she wanted to do what I say. So thank you to my legal relatives and the XBU School of Law, locally for North Carolina. But you can also carry from North Carolina for your lessons, training, guidance, and grace along the way. And I never imagined every young, stubborn girl to just like helping people that this ground be today. I may not be evidence today, but for a few years, elementary school, I was the tallest kid in class. That was our days. I was a great student. I was a sexual seeker, a bit shy, but friendly. Yet I developed a bit of a reputation. It was because there were times that I was getting into a fight. That almost always there was defending someone else. because I just couldn't stand this anyone bullying a push around. So then when reason didn't work, I used my size and my strength to fight and protect others. And that came later down. So it's a bit of a windy road to get to the summit. I had to overcome a few barriers, be a few odds. 5% of the population were laborers. But I didn't do it alone. I didn't get here by pulling myself up by my bootstraps, because that possible and doesn't exist. So I don't want faults for that. So we all did along the way. And others fought for me and beside me and supported us to get me here. And some say it felt strange to be here by myself, taking an award as a result of my work to encourage and support so many people throughout life. So there's so many wide rights to thank today for that inspiration and guidance and encouragement and help along the journey. But 5 minutes is nowhere near time to do that. And so we do anything I need, it don't really need anyone else. Instead, in the time I come down, I will focus on the jokers that push me into this uncomfortable position today. My dear Sue, I would not have received this litigation award if it were not for your shared intolerance and injustice and equality and your relentless willingness to fight to protect others. It takes a dedicated team and it takes a lot of hours to bring about sustained life-changing changes that we've made and achieved for people with disabilities in North Carolina. So to my team, I have learned so much from you. You all are so smart and amazing, and it's really united to work with you. And for thank you for being here, supporting me on this state, and for teaching me how you all are my people and my family. So for those that don't know about Dear and C. Lundy Bright, we're a non-profit law firm that is the Castaneda PNN of Progress to the protection and advocacy in North Carolina. And this organization has people that are fantastic advocates that are unwilling to let anyone with disabilities be pushed, ignored, isolated, and marginalized or discriminated against. There are more than 2.7 million people with disabilities in this state, and there are only 50 of us. But boy, have we landed a big footprint in the civil rights landscape. We have been successful in fighting these institutionally from children and adults. We've protected aspects of public spaces and the rights of individuals and service animals. We've provided accommodation to people with disabilities in the workforce. We fought competitive ways to disabled workforce. We are a motley crew of stubborn individuals who refuse to accept inequality, and we will not back down to believe the power. So what started in, we definitely believe they can't stand by and watch others being treated unfairly, still lives me today. And I have made my career by surrounding myself by others who feel the same, and our work is not done. The U.S. is still full of bullies, and it seems to be to fight today as much as we ever have. In 2020, we saw a surge in discussions around equity, including that, unfortunately, brought about by the death and George Floyd and others. But people started coming together, and they started demanding equality and inclusion, and we saw working corporate responsibilities and attempts and assistance to address inequities. But today, we are seeing diversity and equity and inclusion programs turn back and eliminated. We are stating this out exactly. Our Supreme Court simple rhetoric that chooses to set up fashions to 50s. 50s are not good eras for a lot of us. It was out of time for women, for people of color, for people with disabilities, and had very little power in to regulate us. We lack access to birth control and were not in control of our own bodies. Students in college were segregated and had limited access to college education. Access to transportation and public space were limited for people with disabilities and were isolated and placed in institutions. These examples sound a lot like what we're dealing with today. And so we have a lot of fight in those daily. And we don't have to be the college kid or the strongest or the smartest, and you certainly don't have to do it all by yourself. I'm proof of that. It takes a refusal to be silent and find your village of fighters and supporters. And I'm so blessed and so grateful here at Found Mine and all of you. So keep coming together, supporting each other, bringing your individual gifts up and those can refer each other, and always advocate for equity and inclusion. And when the bullies help listen to reason, we will all gather our collective strength and we will fight them together. We did that too. And today, I'm accepting this award on behalf of all of my co-workers in Senior Legal Aid, to dear Princess, and I want to thank you all for being with me along this day, and that will not keep tired and releasing us. Congratulations to all tonight's awardees, and thank you. Yes. Thank you.
So it's like, so incredibly inspiring. Our fifth award. For the sixth award, we recognize the work of Phyllis Grandma Hardy, a community builder to tenacious fear and the clemency and re-entry movements. It's a bittersweet moment as Grandma Hardy passed away in June of this year.
Hold on, Subi. I think.
We're honored to welcome Mother Hudson this evening, who will be accepting the award of Grandma Hardy this behalf. Grandma Hardy was the matriarch and outreach coordinator of the National Council of Incarcerated Women and Girls, and also a member of the Rocky Mountain Local Reentry Council, and decarcerated now in Mississippi. Grandma Hardy delivered life that advocated for better resources for those re-entering after a period of incarceration. She planned fundraisers and employment fairs and trained other advocates about the unique experiences of women and girls who are incarcerated. She advocated for laws that could allow the minority caregivers to see how the institutions serve their families. And she draws her own experience, serving 83 years and 5 months in prison to advocate for the candidates for the incarceration of women and girls. While we mourn the loss of Grandma Hardy, we're so grateful for the opportunity to recognize her many accomplishments. She leaves a remarkable legacy which is carried on in counting the countless lives she touched throughout her work. In recognition of her lifelong dedication as the matriarch of the clemency and reentry movements in North Carolina, her advocacy for the fair treatment and release of women and girls, and her steadfast commitment to her community as the grandma in the fight for justice. We honor Phyllis Hardy with the lifetime achievement of justice.
I do so. You did, but in it on.
Stay here. I think you to.
And sleep first. Hi.
Hey, y'all.
Thank
Is this good? I'm Bugsy,
Bad.
Great talk. Good.
and this is Greg Walker, your grandma's village.
Oh,
And so, they did give us a kind of what we're doing today. So I know people often down to have one down to I could keep a pig out of it in you. It's cool, it's the place looking roll my land.
He said it.
But today we're here to honor the life and legacy of Grandma Phyllis Hardy. Her life work has impacted so many. Grandma was a nations, a beloved wife, sibling, mother, grandmother, and friend. And if you never got the chance to be grandma times like grandma, oh, we recently their time. Yes, you gotta say that time to get grandma times on that time. You know, she was gonna be a grandma, and they kind of say, can I just get that hard for you could be older than her, and she still would be your wife. And today, we're here to receive the award for Grandma, And she didn't have the opportunity to hear that she was being awarded just award. While I was visiting her in hospital, I told her, "Grandma, you're gonna get this award that the one get this lifetime achievement award." The smile on her face was so big. She was so happy, and she was like, I ain't gonna be able to go get the award because I don't know when you want to do it. Everybody has to JC. And I was like, it's okay. I'm like, we want this up to the award for you. And she said, this will you and Andrea James. And Andrea James is the ED of National Council on Incarcerated from the girls. And I said, don't worry about that. I will do what I wish you were on Tuesday. And who's also going out the lane.
That's kind of happy to cut them. That's
And
If you knew Grandma was like one of those old school operators, when you called her and said, hello, this is what I need, she was going to connect you to a person that you need. And if she didn't have the person that you needed, she knew somebody who knew the person you needed, and she was going to make those connections. And that's what she did. She connected folks all across the country. And no matter what time Grandma called, I was going to answer that phone call and I was going to make it happen. That's how everybody was, Grandma. You were going to make it happen. What she was going to do, she wanted to make sure that women and girls who were incarcerated, they got alone. She did inreach. That means hand-wrote letters into folks who were incarcerated across the state and across the country. It wasn't just North Carolina. Grandma's international now because she was all over the country. She was writing letters to folks.
use
Grandma was a Grandma was actually counselor, and she led with her heart, not just with her mind, but with her heart, her spirit, and the love that she has for people. And she wanted folks to be able to see humanity in folks, and for folks to know that we're not some of our worst mistakes. And it wasn't about getting people as actors, man. It was about getting people that really shame because it took the us right.
All right.
And this awards today is not just her advocacy work, but her child's work. And it's for the countless lives she touched, the hope that she instilled with all of us, and the example that she set for all of us. Especially those families put them together out.
The private law, their hygienic thing, talent.
Her work was about this family, the system. It was about restoring the humanity of those that had divided.
Minty.
And we would always have a conversation about how we want to restore or reform a system that needs to be abolished.
Huge.
Grandma didn't just want to change lives. She did change lives. But her impact was on and what she wanted folks to do is she wanted folks to not forget. She wanted not to forget the people that are behind the wall, men, women, and children. That's right. She wanted us to make sure that we continue to fight. Because she fought with every birth that she had given her. She fought. Her last day, she was still fighting. So let's stop just honoring her today, but let's honor her every day. As we're living and we're thinking about folks that are incarcerated, we think about the humanities. We think about what they're going to do and what they're not going to do. Think about all the countless birthdays they have to stay incarcerated, the birthdays that make them their children, their grandchildren. Let's remember that when we have folks that are sitting on that frame. Grandma will be out there. When we were at the video in front of the governor's mansion, whether it was cold or rain, Grandma was out there. We got like, Grandma, get in the car, it's too cold outside. She was like, this. People incarcerated, they can't get in the car.
Living the top.
And that's how she was. So when we think about who we're going to elect and who we want to see in office, let's not vote for ourselves. Let's vote for our sisterly brothers who are incarcerated and can't vote. Because that's what they're on. We should go for them. So let's Oh, one more thing. If you ever get a chance to go to Philadelphia, there's a museum there called Formerly Incarcerated Renaissance Museum. And this award will be on loan for them to them because they have a station dedicated to Phyllis Grandma Harding. Let's take it out.
He's a man, Christian. I
Um,
And I guess
so I never had the opportunity to always from a party, but I've heard a lot about her, and coincidentally, was attending a second chance conference in Philadelphia with my colleagues Mark and Keisha, where I met Cooper.
You follow the
A couple months ago, when Grandma Martin died. And so it is absolutely the truth when we say that her impact was felt beyond North Carolina, both nationally and internationally. So thank you for sharing those lovely remarks. So moving on to the last award of the night, to our tallest, Mr. Reed. Mr. Big Love.
but things next.
With enviable air.
I can see where it goes.
Another award goes to you, Nicole. And you know, I don't really need to say very much, but I'm on the street and just like, your guy is. So I'm going to embarrass him a little bit too, but y'all know G. Nicholas.
See,
He spent decades on the front lines fighting in poverty. His work to raise awareness, promote discourse surrounding social issues impacting on Carolinians has touched every corner of his state. Gene is a distinguished professor at the University of North Carolina School of Law, my own daughter too, where he has guided and lead students in the area of constitutional law and federal courts. Despite the many challenges he faced from those looking to silence his work,
it's right. But you live in it.
never back down,
Lacy Christian.
pushed hard, I indeed.
It's
Gene devotes an extraordinary amount of time and energy to leading the North Carolina Poverty Center at UNC and later the Institute Poverty Research Fund.
this is my church.
Gene is a prolific writer on social justice and civil rights issues. His articles have been published in the Harvard, Yale, Chicago, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Duke, California, and Virginia Law Reviews, and the Supreme Court. He's been columnist for the News Observer for 20 years, and has also written for The Nation, The Washington Post, Southern Cultures, and Slate Magazine. He's also authored several books. His 2018 book, The Taste of Poverty in North Carolina, takes a deeply personal look at how poverty impacts people across the state. It is a product of nearly a decade of traveling throughout North Carolina and interviewing those living in the margins, reading their story and how they paint a picture of the dire need for action. And recognition of his lifelong devotion to civil rights and social justice. Tireless efforts to amplify the voices of those experiencing poverty and inspiring work as a writer, scholar, advocate, and professor. We award Gene to Lifetime Champion of Justice.
Thank you very much, Reggie. It's an honor to be here, to be among this remarkable slate of honorees. I don't like Calvin Butler, Chip Crawford, one of my heroes. I have learned a lot about folks tonight who have been honored, as you have, but we just thinking about this, there's there was surprises, they said, the one day there was utterly unsurprising to me, and that is to learn the equality brand with Woodstock. I'm honored to be here at Washington Duke Inn. There is no better place for a die-hard Tar Heel to talk about comedy work. I have always said that.
It's not working.
I was thinking too, I used to come to banquets like this all the time. This is hard to believe, but I was dean of the law school at the University of Louisville. And I haven't been to a function like this in many years. I don't know if you're aware of this. I don't exactly live in the Torm and the Branch of the University of North Carolina. In fact, I'm probably supposed to tell you as we begin that I do not speak with you. But I am glad to learn tonight that I am affiliated with the North Carolina Justice Center. So, when she was trying to make fun of my hair, like people out at the reception did. Yeah, it's, I know it's weird. It's my COVID hair, and I didn't, I wonder, you don't actually have to cut it in the back. My oldest daughter is slutty, and I've been staring in the family fathers for so long, I'm going to start to look like me. In truth, though, I am extremely honored to receive a Lifetime Achievement Award, which is admittedly sort of an old folks honor from the Justice Center. The Justice Center, by my lights, the most vital and accomplished and most essential institution of the state that I love, carrying out what Daniel Webster called the great work of humans on earth, achieving justice. Leading our broad efforts to counter and to overcome the many tentacles of Art Pope and his organized lickspittle in their never-ending crusade to assure that we out of Mississippi, my money in the struggle is on the Justice Center. I mean that literally. North Carolina, as you know, is a different place. Yes, because of the existence of the Justice Center. I've said this before. Without the Justice Center, North Carolina would be South Carolina. That's all. What if I apologize. There was a second thing I heard, kind of a deception repeatedly, and Rachel mentioned this as well, and that is folks saying it's great that I'm being recognized for courage and standing up to the powers that be in North Carolina. I have explained many times that I'm a tender glaucus, and take my word for it. Nothing in life takes less courage than being a tender glaucus. Looking back a little, as social board necessarily invites, I've thought about some recently. My first teaching job was at West Virginia. A couple of years ago, I got a letter from an old friend there reminding me of a paper I had written in 1979 arguing that academic tenure was no longer necessary given the advances in university medical protection. What? He said that he had followed my career over the last 40 years, and as far as he could tell, no professor in America has needed the protection of evidence that those people got. Back up to Virginia, Colorado, with the mayor in Carolina. He said it's just a good thing that no one ever follows for a suggestion.
Yeah.
My favorite Kenya story, though, I've only heard it. But 10 years ago, during the Fall Money protest, there was apparently some big talk in the General Assembly about how Nickel could use a good fireman. I remember Lacey P. partners were discussing whether something ought to be done about it. And now McShirley, the reporter, said, whenever the question comes up on Jones Street, he just tells them, hell, Nickel's been fired by a lot better people than you got. So we're something to that. The truth is, I am much affected by seeing the faces in this room tonight. My daughter of over 40 years, close friends, long dear colleagues, and more broadly, the civil rights and poverty activists of my beloved party of the state. There is an old Jackson Brown song in the middle of my garden state. And could it possibly sound more bougie than old Jackson Brown? There's an old Jackson Brown song that says this: across my home is thrown the shadow of a cruel and senseless hand, though in some strong hearts the love and truth remains. A cruel and senseless hand dies here, it's more than ever perhaps, but far more important, strong hearts where the love and truth remains. That's what I see in this room this night. And after all the protests and all the struggle and all the losses and all the wins, it's the strong hearts that dwell. And I can't shake them loose. I don't want to, ever. I remember during the Fall Monday days, my favorite handmade sign was carried by a white-haired friend of mine in her early 80s. Which said, I can't believe I'm still protesting this same shit. When the demonstration slowed down, I missed a lot, but nothing so much as the faces. The linked arms, the oneness, the attachment, the strength of compatriots, the melding of allies, of accomplices in the cause of justice, the lift and uplift of sister and brotherhood, the strong hearts where love and truth remains. Hearts who choose to live out Václav Havel's definition of hope. Hope was not for Havel a prediction of success or a description of the world around us, but a revelation of the spirit, a habit of the heart, a conscious choice to live in the belief that we can make a difference in the quality of our shared and sometimes threatened lives. The nobler of contested hypotheses, when you think about it, it's somebody I've always thought about. The nobler of contested hypotheses. I think it's sealed. Maybe even I think I've come to know that it's true, to have seen it proved, to have seen it proved firsthand through all of you, fused as we are in the great work of humans on earth. Thank you very much.
Wow. Thank you. The strength of compatriots, melding of allies. I know it's fuzzy, but that's how I'm feeling now. And I really encourage all of you with 3 years to raise these ladies.
Grandma and grandma, and a good way to tell stories to their friends. Friends that learn.
Super good. That's
Agreed. Who could top that, right? And I leave this event every year. I never leave events more inspired than I leave this one. And I look around the room and I know that everybody feels the same way. So thank you for joining us again. What a great night. Thank you to our sponsors again. Thank you to Reggie. And to everyone on the Commercial Center staff. Thank you so much, everyone. We'll see you next year. Everyone drive safely and have a great night.